Good morning, children. Today we will be doing the question answers of chapter 16, that is Gupta Empire. So let's continue. First question is, who established the Gupta Empire and when? It is there in your book in first page of this chapter. Gupta Empire was established by Sri Gupta in 275 CE. Let me show you where is this answer. Please note it down. Sri Gupta in 275 CE. Right? This is D1 answer. Okay. Next question is the second part was when. I showed you that in 275 CE. Next question is, what was the function of the Gupta Empire in the what was the function of the Gram Panchayat in the Gupta period? When we were discussing about the administration part, there I discussed the different departments, and here is the answer. Please note it down. You will get in page number 135. 135. So please note it down. This is your D2 answer. The Gram Panchayat look after the needs of the villages, right? This is D2 answer. Next question is which items were exported from India during the Gupta period? As we all know that import and export was taking place, and it was also a good source of income. But here you have to explain the items here. The items were pearl, diamond, precious stones, garments, ivory products, indigo, etc. So this is your answer for D3. Which items were exported? Pearl, diamonds, precious stones, garments, ivory products, and indigo, etc. Okay, this is your D3 answer. Next question is, who was Aryabhat and what was his contribution? As we all know, Aryabhat was a great scientist and mathematician who contributed in the field of science and mathematics. So for first part, you will write who was Aryabhat. He was a great scientist and mathematician. This is D4, first part. First part of the answer. Okay. Second part, what was his contribution? From here you will write he who first proved. From here you will write the second part. He who proved that earth moved round the sun on its axis and not vice versa. And he had written a book, Aryabhattam, on mathematics, in which he explained the concept of square roots, place value, digits, introduction of zeros, decimal systems, triangles, and circles. So this is for second part up to here. Okay, and this is the first part, who was Aryabhat, who was a great scientist and mathematician. Children, please change the paragraph and write the answer when there is two questions. There is two part of the questions in the same question. Okay, here it is given you two parts. Who was Aryabhat and what was his? So write separately. Who was Aryabhat? First part. Second part, what was his contribution? Name two famous epics which were translated into Ramayana and Mahabharata. Obviously, the two epics was Ramayana and Mahabharata. That also you will get in page number. This is your page number 138. Here you will get this answer. Rama and Mahabharata. This is D5 answer. Okay. Next, long questions. First question is three main sources of information about the period of Samudra Gupta. Let me show you the three sources. When I was discussing there, I told you the coins of Samudra Gupta, then Iran edicts and Ashoka's pillars. So this is for E1 answer. These are the three sources. The three main sources of the period of Samudragupta are number one, inscriptions on Ashoka's pillar at Allahabad, second is Iran edicts, and third is coins of Samudragupta. Children, please write the answer in points 1, 2, and 3. Okay, this is E1. Next is how was the trade carried on during the Gupta period? You will find this answer in economic condition, how the trade was carried out. This is E2 answer. Let me show you. This is E2 answer. Trade was carried on by land and river routes. Okay. Then you also write India exported items. Just give some examples and write etc. there. And the import includes gold, silver coins. Okay. And these countries were the countries with which foreign trade was carried on. Okay, this is for answer E2. Please note it down. So what you will write here, trade was carried on by land and river routes. Then you will write, mention which items were exported. You just give 2-3 examples and write etc. After that, which items were imported, that also you write. And after that, you mention those countries with which foreign trade was carried on. Okay. Next is highlight agriculture as an important contribution occupation of the people. Agriculture was an important occupation of the people, obviously. It was an important occupation. From here you will write agriculture was the main occupation. Farmers were the owners of land, and for providing irrigation facilities, well tanks were, canals were constructed. Main crops, you write 2-3 examples. Okay. And taxation was the main source of revenue. So agriculture was the main occupation of the people. Farmers were the owners of land. For irrigation facilities, well tanks, canals were constructed. This is your first point. Second point, irrigation, you will write. Third point, you mention the crops which were grown. And fourth point, you write taxation was the main source of revenue. Okay. Next question is, who was Kalidas? Why is he remembered even today? Obviously, Kalidas, who was the renowned poet in the court of Chandragupta II, he was one of the nine gems, and he is remembered till today because of his great contribution in the field of literature. So, first you will write, this is your question number E4. Let me show you which page you will get this answer. You will get in page number 137. Here is your E4 question answer. First of all, you will write Kalidas was the one of the nine gems who was adorned in the court of Chandragupta II. Kalidas was one of the nine gems adorned in the court of Chandragupta II. Okay, children, this is your first part of the answer. First part. How we'll write? First part is, who was Kalidas? Kalidas was the one of the nine gems adorned in the court of Chandragupta II. Then you write why he is remembered today. You will write he is remembered for his great works. This is your second part. He is remembered for his great famous works. Like, and mention those works. Abhijana Shakuntalam, Malak Varjanatlam, Kumar Sambhava, Raghuvamsha, Meghaduta. Okay. Just mention those famous works. Okay. Next question is the last question, that is E5. Is the contribution of the Gupta period in the field of science and technology? In the field of science, what important contribution took place? You will get in page number 138, and from here you will write, and children, you have to write this answer in point wise. Let me show you from where you will write. You will write, first point you will write, point number 1, Aryabhat was a great mathematician of this period who proved that the earth moves around the sun on its axis, and he also had written a book, Aryabhatyam, on mathematics. Okay, this is your first point. Second point you will write, Charak, a physician, wrote Charak Samhita. And third point, Sushrat, a surgeon, wrote Sushrat Samhita and contributed in the field of medical science. Okay. And third one you will write about the iron pillar. Okay. Third point you will write the iron pillar. How you will write? Nagarjuna was the famous scholar of chemistry, and the rust-free iron pillar, which has never got rusted till today, is a fine composition of its alloy. Up to here. So, these are the contributions in the field of science and technology. So, point wise you will write, in first point you mention about the Aryabhat contribution. Second, you write about the Charak. Third, you write about the Sushrat, and Nagarjuna is your fourth point, in the field of chemistry. So, children, please see the video very carefully and write the answers so that you don't do the mistake. So, children, please be careful while writing the answer and see the video first. Thank you, children.